Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a mono black mid-range deck. I just totally felt the need to play a mono black. I wasn't quite as revengey as I've been in the past. This was really just playing something cool, something sweet, and something easy to play. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, and I am the terror that quacks in the night, Dr. Yukon Sucket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Sucket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you I found over on the AetherHub, hosted by nobody in particular, called Mono Black Midrange. It was just time to play that again. So I was just playing some decks. I was playing a lot of Orzhov. They were all kind of sucking, and so I decided that's it. I need to play Mono Black. I need to play Mono Black, and I was looking to see if there's anything good Mono Blacky. And I ran across this little doozy out there. Now, the interesting thing is that Mono Black midrange is pretty much dialed in. We're wherever it's at. But this deck seems to be playing a weird version of it. There's a lot of cards that we see in Mono Black midrange, but you never see all of them in it. Well, they're all here. It's just a bunch of them, which means this is not a finely tuned machine. This is a Jankosaurus Rex, and we're just holding on and going for a ride. That's what we're going to do. All right, so before we go out and crush people's dreams, let's take a look at this deck and try to figure out what it does. All right, what do we got? We got a guy that gets bigger over time. We got a guy that is pretty awesome for 1 mana, except for the fact you kind of have to curse him, unless you can apply that curse to someplace else. She gets bigger every time she attacks and has menace. Creature kill, creature kill. This is something you could use to replace the curse and use the Wicked one instead, which would make a 1/1 into like a 4/3. So, as well as then, it is a card draw engine. This guy you can pump your mana into to make him stronger. This one sulfur curses from the graveyard. This one rips apart graveyards. This one puts out a rat bebe every turn. Yeah, and Braids allows you to sacrifice a permanent, like a rat, potentially. And then they have to do the same to sacrifice another creature. Otherwise, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Liliana forces them to sacrifice a creature, and then you can force them to discard cards. This guy is a 5/6 flying trample for 4, but whenever he attacks, your opponent gets a blood token. But he gets bigger for every blood token your opponent has. This guy is incredible. I don't know why we don't see him being played more. And he looks like this guy I used to work with whose name is Jason Isbell, not the singer. Rankle's Prank. This is an incredible card. Swiss Army Knife. Each player discards 2 cards. Each player loses 4 life. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. That sounds great, except for the fact that I'm a player, and I'd have to do those things too. Damn it, Rankle. Let's see. Sheoldred is space awesome. She is the best. Your opponent has to lose 2 life every time they draw a card. You gain 2 life every time you draw a card. Sorin puts out lifelinky flying 2/3 vampire bebes. On that card draw engine. This one will exile something, a creature or a planeswalker, and then you get to search through their library, graveyard, and hand looking for copies of it and throwing them away. Beseech the Mirror lets you go get Sorin or the Phyrexian Obliterator, pretty much, and put it right into the battlefield, provided you have something else to sacrifice on its behalf. Phyrexian Obliterator, trample 5/5, but whenever a source deals damage to it, then they have to sacrifice that many permanents. Oh, the humanity. This thing does 3 points of -3/-3 target creature, and you gain 2 life. And then for 7, you can put it out in the beginning of your upkeep. You get to take a creature from a graveyard, your opponent's included, and put it into the battlefield under your control. Other than that, we got 24 lands. I'm not sure that's the best. We could probably do something better over here, but 24 lands. There we go. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to control the board a little bit, but mostly put out creatures. And we'll just force them into bad situations that they won't be able to recover from. Will it be awesome? I certainly hope so. But before we go out and do our damage, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of our heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, we were playing against Tony Q, 1222. All right, single down. Enough with the goblin. I'll Infernal Grasp it. I'm a big fan of the art here. Sorry, Igor. Alright, Symmetry Shadow is capable of being pumped. Chew it up. Activate your ability. There you go. This guy's trying to play Azorius Soldiers. There we go. All right, so we got to get up to 7 to be able to put at the value of persistence. Nice. I really don't like that. Let's just put it on him. He's fine. It's cool, baby. Everything's fine. One, 2, 3. All right. Chumpy McChumperson here is willing to chump like nobody's chumpiness. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. I can have 1 creature left when it's all done. Both of them, huh? And we win! Had some tricks saved up there. It was going to be fun. We're playing against Wednesday's Jest. Get out of here, Jolly Green Juniper. And in for 2. Playing Golgari. So far. Ooh, I'm getting sly on mana, though. All right, this is where he blocks, apparently. All right, there we go. Punched in, got him down to 7. There we go. That way he can die and then come back later on. It'll be fantastic. Still not getting a 4th mana. Yeah, those Dread Kniggets are bad news. That's the guy he's got to watch out for. All right, there's the 4th. And got this guy, really? Let's try it. No attacks. All right, you can take the damage then. You certainly are. Welcome to the party, Pajama Boy. He's got lots of land. Let's see what you could draw for us here. All right, so he's got to lose at least a bunch. He's got a lot of land to give up on. That's fine. And it's going to be Sheoldred. Draw your card there, baby. And we win. Victory. And we're playing against Germ Uno. Germ 1. Germ 1. Keep. It's a whipping, boy. It's a whipping, boy. I hate that little spiteful little puppet. Yeah, good night. Chew it up. Get the Evolved Sleeper out there. Is he playing blue? He's playing Dimir right now. He's going to have you. There you go. That's the kind of person we got to watch out for. I'm going to go for the Phyrexian. That worked really well last time. And we win! There we go! Victory! Yeah, I played against Easy Peasy. Alright. Keep! We got a nice collection of things we can do for 2 mana. Two. Just keep the ramp a little bit on the slower side there. Another Popo for the lady in purple. Chomp! You're fine, baby. You can just suck that up for me there. All right, get even stronger. All right, we got 3 mana. That's going to get us into a Graveyard Trespasser on the next turn. He's He's just trying to go for that mana. He does have the ability to block, finally. Shoot up. Alright, you can take out the Spiteful Hexmage. I don't care. There you go. You can only block one other guy. The other guy's getting through. Alright, you got 6, 7, 8 mana. What are you doing there? Hopefully nothing good. Titan of Industry would be the worst. Alright, so he's got Nissa. This is a good bomb, but he doesn't have any creatures out. That's fine. Yeah, I think this wins it for me right here. Alright, I just gotta do 4 points of damage. He can only block one of my guys. And we win! Easy peasy. Alright, playing against Toasty. All right, Toasty, come on, man. Let's play this game. All right, 2. Let's see what he's willing to do here. You gonna get rid of Cacophony Scump? Nope. See, if I were to block it, then he'd be able to kill both my guys. Let's chew him up a little bit. He's gonna get rid of the Spite Mage. Did you want to try? There you go. All in. Jump in Jehoshaphat. Yeah, I could have pumped it. See, he's going for the Cacophony Scamp double. He can kill me for 10. Right now. He's only got 1 green left. I mean, he can do a pump, I suppose. Alright. So 14. You're really going to lose it all, though? He's got another. Pump! Alright, he's at 14. That's got a chump with the Graveyard Trespasser. Alright, that's more than you can handle, but... And now I'm dead. How am I not dead from this? And we win. All right, after playing with a whole bunch of other decks that were slow and stupid, I got onto mono black mid-range, and this one has been fantastic. This was a great deck to play with. I just feel so much better after actually sinking my teeth into this one. One of the reasons I don't play mono black mid-range that much is because mono black mid-range tends to get dialed in pretty quickly when a new set comes out, and then it just gets to be boring. You know, it's like Sheoldred, and involves Sleeper, and Graveyard Trespasser. You always got a Liliana in there, and you know, and Tenacious D, always. And usually you got go for the throat and the one that kills the small boys or whatever. But this deck was different. This one had a lot of other weird stuff in it. You know, it's stuff you see in mono black mid-range, but it was, you know, it was all of it rather than just one or two Z. And so therefore you kind of scraped out some of the stuff that's usually in there, and you put in a bunch of this other stuff. That definitely made it different, weird, and fun. So yeah, I appreciate playing this particular version of mono black mid-range. I thought it was a really good deck. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? What really worked well? I'm not sure I'm big on Spiteful Hexmage. You know, he's okay. You need a whipping boy. He could be his own whipping boy if you can sneak out multiples. He wasn't bad. Lord Skitter's Blessing might be it, because of the way that it has card draw that immediately happens after the fact. And then Beseech the Mirror is the thing that lets you go and get the Phyrexian Obliterator or Sheoldred the Apocalypse. And I'm going to say it's Lord Skitter's Blessing. I think as an enchantment, it's cheap. At the beginning of your draw step, if you control an enchanted creature, you lose 1 life and you draw an additional card. Yeah, I'm good with this. I think that level of card draw engine, right there, I think this guy is the guy that is the MVP for the deck. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a good deck. Lots of stuff going on here. Lord Skitter is pretty sweet. But really out of everything that's going on, that's the one card I'm kind of looking forward to the majority of the time. You know, it's like you got Spiteful Hexmage putting on his little creepy curse rolls. I'm looking to replace it with the Wicked roll. This is the one I kind of really want to put out there and get things going. This is the thing that really gets the engine of this deck going. So I'd have to say, Lord Skitter's Blessing, you are the MVP. You're going to Disneyland. All right, let's see. Is this deck competitive? I played it 8 times. I got a 75% win rate. Yeah, I'd say this is a good competitive deck. Absolutely. I think, does it do good against like aggro? I don't think I played against aggro. Would it do well against aggro? It has an okay chance of it. It might be rough, especially if aggro's just getting out, just creature kill, slam it in kind of thing. It's really hard to beat a good aggro deck. But this guy is pretty decent. I'm going to say yes, it is a competitive deck. Was this deck fun? Yeah, absolutely. What I appreciate is in a good deck like this is that you got the ability to fight with some dudes. And turn 1, you got Vault Sleeper. I mean, look at that. We got 2 guys, 2 creatures at turn 1 that both have great abilities. This guy's a 3/2 for 1, provided you got someplace to sink that. And you could throw it onto, I don't know. Like I said, I put it on Mercy Shadow because that guy could be pumped after the fact. I didn't care. Just turning him into a 1/1 instead of being a 2/2. He's practically a 1/1 as it is. So yeah, he was a good place to put a Curse roll onto. We got to go for the throat, Infernal Grasp, that's all great. So all the stuff, even in turn 1, turn 2, we got lots of it. It was in there. It was good. It was a good fighting deck that way. Even turn 3, we're doing lots of good things. 4 is where things start going really great. That's the nature of mid-range. But this deck was a good fighter early on. First, in the early game, mid-range, late range, it was covering all of the bases. Wasn't like Ramp, where you're just doing nothing but ramping at the beginning, or Control, where, I mean, we have some control. This was actually a pretty decent creature deck. So altogether, yeah, it was a fun deck. Was this deck interesting? Yeah, it was. The reason why, like I said, it's like there is a tuned mono black mid-range. And while this deck has all of the cards that you might potentially see as the alternates, the deal is it has all of the other cards you see as the alternates in there. The End, Phyrexian Obliterator, Rankle's Prank, Bloodvial Purveyor, Braids, Lord Skitter, Sewer King. I mean, it's just, they're all in here. That's what makes this deck so weird and interesting. There's not a lot of 4s going on. You got a bunch of 2s, you got a lot of 3s. They're just trying to fit it all in here. It was a good mess, and you're not quite exactly sure how you're going to play it. So yeah, I think this is an interesting deck just because for being as late in this particular meta, as in the new set's about to come out in a couple of days, this was a nice, refreshing change of pace. All right, so let's add that up. Was this deck competitive? Check. Was it fun? Check. Was it interesting? Check. This is an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.